Venture capital availability has significantly diminished over the past few years. Many funds that were actively investing in biotech have either stopped investing or stopped investing in new investments or simply been unable to raise new funds. The atmosphere during this period has been very, very bad. In some cases, family offices have begun to emerge as more important factors in biotech investing, but the climate overall has been very poor. That's the reason we formed MedPro Investors. We're an organization of 71 healthcare professionals investing together. I don't believe that individuals investing alone can invest successfully in biotech. You really need to have critical mass. The clinical trial process for biopharmaceuticals, for cell biology, is an exhaustive process. It must be. The role of the FDA is to protect our health. And in doing so, they require exhaustive testing through different phases of clinical trials. First phase generally being safety, second phase being small trial for efficacy, phase 3 being a larger trial for efficacy. It can cost $50 million or even more to get through the clinical trial process. And that means that, and it can take a number of years as well. So it really requires significant funding, more than individuals generally can come up with. It really requires institutional funding. It requires significant government funding. It requires corporate funding from big pharma to help to advance drugs through the clinical trial process. And that has become, on the whole, somewhat more difficult over the past few years. The first source of funding is government. Second source are foundations. If you have something that is novel, a novel approach to disease, a novel approach to testing individuals in the area of predictive medicine, telling an individual whether or not they're likely to contract a particular disease, then you may have something novel. And if you do, government is a primary source, and as I say, secondary sources are often big pharma, family offices, things like that. You take it as far as you can, you get into the clinical trial process, then more likely you'll be able to attract significant venture capital. And that's the difficult task of moving a new drug, a new device, a new cell biology system into the marketplace. And very challenging in most situations where a drug does enter a clinical trial process, it fails at the end. 10 to 12% of drugs that enter clinical trials come out successfully at the end of the day. Biotech is extremely important. It's the future of it predicts the future of medicine. It brings us better cures for diseases. It brings us cures for which there are no cures today. It is a major area for public interest and public concern, and should therefore be encouraged from the standpoint of government funding. To the extent that we as citizens have the ability to control that process, it should be a major priority in this country today. It certainly is in other countries, in Canada, in Israel, in parts of Europe. Major government funding is or has been available over the years to encourage new developments in biosciences. To some extent that has been true in this country today, but there's a danger that the amount of funding is going to be diminishing over the next few years. Oh, I think the panel consisted of, aside from me, of three terrific people with different perspectives on biosciences. One more of a New York perspective, how we develop critical mass in the New York area. Another a corporate perspective from the standpoint of Roche. Absolutely excellent presentation on his part. And Marcel with his discussion of medical devices and how he has succeeded, pointing the way to the fact that success breeds success. And that's a critical aspect that many people tend to forget. It was an excellent panel on the whole.